supposed to introduce you.
Yeah, since we already wasted 10 minutes, I was gonna, you know, get on it.
Okay.
But go ahead
Okay.
and do a quick intro.
Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Okay. The
Good
expectation
evening.
itself is the book that we've read this week, and we've gathered here to debate tonight. It's written by David Robson, and Crystal Favi is the one presenting it tonight. Without any further delay, I yield the floor to Crystal.
Thank you. Thank you, Amore.
No
Um,
problem.
so this is a book that's written by David Robson. Is the expectation effect how your mindset can change your world. Um, he really talked about the way we think, how the way we think can really change and make things good or bad in every aspect of our life. He did use, he talked about a lot of trials, hospital trials. He talks about a lot of research that was used, a lot of methods that we're going to go over. Um, so, at the core, the expectation effect is the idea what you expect to happen can influence what actually happens to you. And it has been backed up by research in psychology and neuroscience and medicine. The expectation effect is a fascinating concept that explores how our beliefs, our mindset, and expectation can actually shape our reality, from how we feel physically, how we perform mentally, and even how our body does on a physiological level. Okay. We're going to talk about key research that he discussed. The first one is the placebo effect. The placebo effect is one of the well-known um, expectation effect. If you believe like a pill will reduce your pain, even if it's a sugar pill, it often will. Your brain will respond as if the treatment were real, releasing the endorphin and alerting your perception of pain. Endorphin is a neural is is a neural set in our brain. It is also, I think, is also something that release. I think a pain relief, like something to make us happy. Like is a hormone that helps us feel good, type of in our brain. So if you take a pill that is actually supposed to be like a sugar pill, it can actually release because you believe this is a pill that's going to relieve your pain. It can actually act as exactly how it will if it was a real pill. Um, so the placebo effect is he talked about it is one of the main Harvard research he talked about. It was done in 2010 at Harvard's study. Patient with irritating bowel is a disease that people is a gut disease. Um, they were labeled the placebo. There were a couple of those patients that were given the placebo pills, meaning they knew they were taking a fake medicine. And even knowing this, that it was a sugar pill, 59% of those patient reported symptom relief, significantly better than those who receive no treatment at all. So there were two groups, a group who received the sugar pill and a group who did not receive anything. These people, knowing that even though it was a sugar pill and they believe that it was gonna significantly, just believing that this thing here is going to help me feel better. 59% of them really actually feel better, meaning just the act of expecting healing helps trigger biological changes, which means that in your brain, there are some changes just because you believe something can happen, that it makes it simulate so you feel that way. Okay, and he talked about the mindset and the physiological performance. A study that shows that if you believe a workout is more effective, you will experience greater health benefits. Similarly, if you think you are tired or weak, your body may underperform even if physiologically you are capable. I personally experience this on every other Thursday at my workplace. We have something called interdisciplinary group meeting where the doctors um, all call the nurses, myself, the administrator, everyone is there to discuss all the patients that we have. And funny thing, I wake up in the morning full of energy and everything. And by the time around 12 we're done with the meeting, I feel so tired. Like there's a kind of a relief that, that I just want to go to sleep. So I think, and I'm sure if I were to have another meeting that was as important as the one I had in the morning, me just thinking that, okay, this is important and I have to be present, I have to give my best, my body works with me so much that I am able to perform at my highest. So it really, our mind is amazing. It is a thing of what we call commanding, what we call uh, back home, a kind of uh, juju ou bien bow, bien quelque chose. That's really what our mind is really, but even very much more, even at the highest level. And if you can use it, you will be it will be very beneficial. And then he talked about it. There's also another trial that was done at a hotel mates and exercise, those two. In 2017, a researcher um, told a group of hotel housekeepers that their daily work, such as cleaning, vacuuming, making bed, etc., is it meets the definition of CDC exercise. And to another group, no such message. The result is after 4 weeks, the informed group showed lower blood pressure, weight loss, and a better body fat ratio without changing anything else. So the perception, the way we look at things, the way we perceive things is, it can really align with how our body function, how our body itself will do. So, believing they were exercising made their body respond like they were they were exercising, they were more efficient at what they were doing. So just just that belief make their body respond differently. And then there's another study called academic and work performance. Your expectation about your ability can self fulfill. If you believe you're good at something, you often will perform better, partly because you put more effort and challenges, approach challenges more confidentially. And I'm gonna give an example that is right here with me, with my husband. Steve is he did not he didn't have anything to do with. He was a pilot in the military back home. When he came here, his friends were talking about IT, and he was wondering, but what is this thing about IT? You know, and he just jumped into it. The work that he put in, the belief in himself that he can get this done and be able to get a job in it and be able to excel, make it a career, made him today. He's working with one of the biggest electronic company here in Houston or in Texas generally. Someone 2 years ago or 3 years ago know nothing, and the self made himself an IT guy, literally study on his own. So our belief greatly impact how we do with things and how much our body is willing to give to something. And I'm sure you can take someone else that says, okay, I cannot do this, or even himself at the beginning, if he were to have another mindset like, oh, this is too much for me, oh, I did not come from this field, I'm sure he will completely bomb it. He would not even be able to understand some stuff that he will be able to understand to do what he's doing and be where he is today. So that is just a personal example. And he also did uh, he talked about a study in 1968, mind you, in a school experiments, teacher were told certain certain randomly selected students were intellectual bloomer, um, and the result is those students just showed significant gain, a greater gain in IQ, even though they were they weren't any more capable at the start, So just telling someone that you are intelligent, you can do it. It can put the person more at more than 50% of their ability. The way you carry yourself when you believe in yourself, is magic happen literally. And then there's the stress mind, people who believe, and I'm going to summarize this really, people who believe that stress helps them to become a better person. It lessens the anxiety. They are more focused and healthy physiological response, like lower cortisol in the body. That lowers, because cortisol is a hormone too that it can arise a lot, especially when you are stressed. So it gets that to a lower level. If you are stressed and you think, oh, it's because it's because someone is doing this, or you are not taking you're not taking it the positive way. It's going to affect you very, very much negatively, and we can all probably attest to that one point in life. So owning things and helping ourselves feel better, get, give us the ability for our body and our mind to help us reach the best that we can do, even in a very bad situation. It's all about how we think, and it really shaped our world. Um, this is the study that they did. There's another study, a group that was shown a video about how stress enhance the performance, and the other group who saw a video about how stress can be harmful. The result is those with the stress enhancing set mind had a better work performance, low cortisol level, and felt more powerful under pressure. And then the aging and the health. Older adults who have more positive view of aging live significantly longer and stay healthy. The expectation literally helps shape their longevity. And, um, during one, and I know Fred Thomas and Teta Teta Columb was there. We had a and Steve. We usually do every other Saturday. We do a TED talk, and one of our TED talk is how to carry out um, New Year's resolution, and my dad talk about stress when you cannot distress yourself, it even shorten your life expectancy. So everything here that we're talking about is correlated. They are interrelated. So if you have to think bad about maybe a life a challenge or something that's happening to you, if you don't take it positively, it can even shorten your life on this earth. So everything is related, and the stress is, if you can take it, there will always be stress. There's never a life everything is going well. But when um those moments, those challenges come, um, if we can take it positively and know that okay, this is for the betterment. This does not define me. And I'm gonna cross this, and what doesn't kill you make you stronger. I think it will really help. I know it's easier said than done, and that's why we're reading these books to really help us, you know, um, bring back the intention, being able to intentionally, especially when under pressure, think this way. When we have any challenge in every aspect, in marriage, in relationship, whatever it is, this will make me a better person. And this is few factors or few how to harness the expectation effect. It says be aware of your self-talk. What you tell yourself becomes your internal script. And this phrase reminds me of this subconscious mind, the book that we read, Joseph Murphy, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. You know, this is really another word of this book is it is nothing hidden, but because we are not um, we are not educated that way, and we have to train our body to 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 be certain way. That's where the challenge lies. But I think we can all do it. We have to make it part of us. It has to become who we are, and that's how we are able to define the expectation and do things differently. It also say visualize success rather than fear of failure. Reframe stress as something that helps you grow. Cultivate a growth mindset. Believe in your ability can believe in your ability can improve with effort. Surround yourself with positive reinforcement. Your environment matters. So that's the end of my presentation. And I have one question for everyone as we chip in tonight. I want to know, what are your challenges? What challenges do you encounter both physically, mentally, when you're trying to implement this way of you, this way of thinking, this way of living? A little bit. Uh, that's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Christian.
Thank you very much, Krista.
You're welcome.
Mm. Oh, yeah, this is a very nice presentation, and the floor is open. We started with a slight delay, but if everyone could try and stay within the 3 minutes, uh, uh, time slot, that will help us do the round quick and make everyone participate. So let's go.
Let,
Anyone
let,
who wants to chip in should
let,
start.
let me go first. And I don't know if I can keep the 3 minutes. Maybe I might go over 3 minutes because this book is
is another. Before I start, I had to thank Christelle for her presentation. If you haven't read the book, at least she's giving you, real summary of the book so that you can go and get more information from the book. And this book is no matter of I'm not part of the book. Everyone is concerned. Everyone. If we is another way of easily sellable to people, because when you start telling them, oh, positive mind, they feel like, oh, I done this one, I did it before, why should I be doing it? But this one is more swallowable. People can get quickly acquaintance about the idea, because here he's not telling you to go and tight yourself somewhere and start thinking, but he's telling you that every time you are living, you are practicing this expectation. When you are leaving your house and you are going to exam and say, oh, that exam, I don't know if I will succeed, and this, you are already predicting the outcome of that exam by going with that negative expectation. And that always happen as well in back home, where you hear people that, oh, he went there and his pastor was so furious and the pastor cursed him. Or he went to see a Bokono and someone like a priest, voodoo priest, and the voodoo priest was so mad and cursed him. And then two or 3 months later, he died. Why? Because when they said that to him, he didn't reject that negative belief. He starts working on it. Yeah, he just said that, and then the expectation is kind of a, how do you call it, a catch-22. You expecting something negative and the negative happen, and to confirm that at the beginning you were expecting something like that. And as he say in the book, he say in some culture, when a person believe they have been cursed by voodoo practitioner or similar spiritual authority, their terror and belief in their imminent death can trigger a chain of extreme stress response, skyrocketing adrenaline, pumping blood pressure, shock, or organ failure. So it's very, very thing that we have to check our mind all the time. It's no longer, oh, I had to go and pray before you are praying. We are praying all the time. When you are going, when you are doing something, we are praying. So we had to work on it and trying to remember this kind of book. It's no longer, oh, it's a juju or it's a woo things. It's all the time, and is a scientific. He's showing us as well that there were a lot of scientific data supporting what he's saying. So it's very, very working on myself, trying to distress me, because I tend to be negative, not negative, but trying to plan everything. But now is easing myself. So definitely I like the book, and it's a recent book, but it's very, very powerful. Thank you, Lord.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else? He wasn't
You want
extreme to the time, even though he was saying that he was going to go over time, only 45 seconds more. So anyone else, please?
Yeah. Can I go in?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fred Thomas.
Take it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Well, somehow my video is not showing, but it's okay. So yeah, I would like to thank Christelle for the presentation. It's very, very, very good and very educative. So at the end of this meeting, you share the PowerPoint with us. It would be great. A few points. Just going back to like the endorphin is the hormone of pleasure, right? Is the one that we produce when we exercise or when you're so happy, or like you take sugar. The endorphin is what you get, and the opposite, the cortisol for the stress. The book summarized a little bit the other one that we haven't read yet, the one that titled "As the Men Think," or something like that. And it's partially also the other book, "The Power of Your Subconscious Mind." What I would like to frame on is the Pygmalion effect with the kids. That thing that they did in California, right? That they select some kid and they told them you are very very good, and the older one. But today you cannot do that anymore because you change the expectation of some older kid, and they didn't. They were not successful later, but the one that they talk to say you are like special, your IQ is higher. Those are the one who made it. But today they won't because of ethic. They won't let you try anything like that. But what I want to say is, if you guys remember Les Brown, he has that mindset, right? That he was a dumb twin, that he won't be successful, and that the teacher, Mr. Washington, asked him to go to the board, and he said, "No, I'm the dumb, the dumb twin." And then finally, the teacher told him, "Don't let anyone expectation of you become your reality," right? And that's where his life turn around. So that teacher can be our parent, right? Can be our teacher at school, can be anything, can be a friend. So we need to, at any given moment, ourselves, try to just combat anything that we think we cannot do. We're not good at it, right? I used to say, I don't know how to draw. I don't know how to do this. No, you can say, I can improve. And when you start talking to yourself like you can improve, you can change. That's a takeaway from the book, right? You can change your outcome instead of just looking at what you can to what you can and what you can. Because when we cultivate more of it, our life become weekend. And especially for Beyond Shirel, who are the youngest here in this club, just know you can do so many things, right? That's what the book is saying. Don't think about what you cannot do. Try to think about what you can improve. Thank you. Again, Crystal, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
Right on time.
That's a mess.
Who's nice?
Yeah, let me go quickly.
Okay.
And yeah, thank you, everybody. I mean, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much, Krista. Wonderful presentation, and
Thank you.
really, really like it. Yeah. So yeah, like you guys already said, right? So the book is pretty straightforward. Talking about how we have to treat our mind, our mind, change our mindset, the way we look at things, how we uh we are going through some stressful events, stressful situations, um the that sometimes that adrenalines that we have to go through during those events. How can we actually use it positively, right? Um so my takeaway from this book, because it's not again, it's not the first time we are talking about this is not the first time we're reading a book talking about the mindset, how we can improve our mindset, looking at things on the right direction, positive direction. But it's good to keep reading this kind of book. And my takeaway from this book is just to like keep the positive positive thought. Like everything I'm going through, I will just make sure that even if it's very very challenging, I will try to keep a positive thought about that. Like, yes, even if it's difficult, I'm learning something through it. I'm improving, like Fred Thomas said. Hey, I'm Steve, you're improving. you know, waking up in the morning, looking at my own face in the mirror, say, hey, this day is gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be a wonderful day. Uh, it's gonna be a great day, no matter what, stuff like that. And uh, like I was telling you, telling you guys a little story the other day. Like we have, our little hurdle every morning where after the meeting we have to provide our stress range, our stress number between between 0 to 10, and most of my coworker would be, oh, I'm 7, I'm 8, I'm even sometimes when I feel really tired because I have to study, late in the night. Sometimes I sleep at 2 a.m., sometimes 3, sometimes 1. So even when I'm tired and I'm very, I can say, quote unquote, stressed, but I would say I'm 4, I'm 5 in front of everybody. So it's like we said, what you're already projecting is exactly what you're gonna get, what you're gonna receive. So I will never say I'm 8. I've never said something like I'm 7 or 6. The max I have said is like 6, something like that's the max. But most of them they are 7, 8 every morning. I'm like, how can you set yourself already for failure? Like, so I would say I'm 4, I'm 5, and they are already always surprised. Like, how are you're always at 4, you're always at 5. How do you do that? It's not that I'm not stressed or I don't have any, you know, I'm just trying to set myself to success for that specific day. So that's my takeaway. Just let's keep our positive mind set, looking at things on the right direction, and I think we will be good. We get improve ourselves, and yeah, that's what I can say. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Who else want to chip in?
I can chip in right quick. I want to say thank you to
Yeah.
Christelle
And
for the great
anyway,
presentation.
even though please, just a quick reminder, even though I know that Column often, stay within the time limit, time is passing. So we, uh, Steve nearly swallowed 2 more minutes. So let's be mindful. Okay. Thank you. Please go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say. I just want to thank Christelle for a great presentation. It was clear and uh, really to the point, and I want
Thank
to thank
you.
her for that.
Thank you.
And I will say this book is another level of the power of your subconscious mind, right? Whatever you believe, whatever you say for your mouth, out of your mouth, it's what you asking for, and that's what's happened. Back home, we say our mouth is a god, right?
Yeah.
Whatever we say is what we are asking for. So from this book, it's just reminding us to be positive all the time, positive all the time. Like about 2 3 weeks ago, my blood pressure started going up, and I knew that if I go to the doctor, they will just give me a prescription and go home. Prescription and go home. I'm like, no, I need to. This has to come down. And I had an appointment with him Friday. I'm like, that blood pressure has to go down before my appointment. So I like sweat it out, eat right, decrease salt, and by Friday the blood pressure was normal. But unfortunately, they canceled the appointment, and I will go tomorrow for my appointment. So, yeah, like what we asked for, that's what happened, right? So let just try to stay positive all the time, and life will be good for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Good reading.
Thank you.
Wow. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Yeah, going.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, everybody. Okay,
Hello,
so I just
Jerome.
have. Thank you, Christelle, for the presentation. Okay, so I just have 4 ideas that I wrote down that I just want to talk about really quickly. So I'll just go through those quickly. Um, so first, there's this idea like about expectations, right? The expectations you have for yourself, but also be aware of like the expectations others have for you, right? Because like the book talked about those teachers, right? They had positive expectations of the students that led to positive outcomes. So if you surround yourself with people who have negative expectations of you, that may lead to you to having negative outcomes, while surrounding yourself with people who have positive expectations of you will of course lead to positive outcomes, right? So that's the first idea.
That's what we call OKP here.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So the next idea is bouncing off of that again is like surrounding yourself with successful people and having higher expectations of yourself due to seeing those people succeed around you, right? Because if you have no frame of reference for what you think is what your next expectation is or what you should push yourself for, it makes it harder to create those better goals for yourself, right? Then I want to talk about how, okay, so we have all these expectations and we have like, okay, we aim for these things for ourselves, but you also, just to be like the counterpoint, right? Don't just blindly say, oh, because this is going to work, this situation will resolve itself, right? If you go to a doctor, you hope that the doctor will give you medicine, not a placebo, right? So just like it's good to have good expectations, but let's temper those expectations within reality, right? So then, yeah, just you got to be the counterpoint sometimes,
Yeah.
right? Because if you blindly have good goals, sometimes those goals aren't realistic. And then the last idea I want to talk about is the idea about stressors being a challenge versus a threat, right? And the way I view this is that the simple way to make a stressful situation a challenge versus a threat is to have a plan, right? Because a threat is a uncontrolled situation, right? If you view a situation as threatening, it's because you don't have control of the situation anymore, right? But if you have a plan for that situation, it's no longer a threat. Now it's just the challenge that you need to address, right? So those are just like some of the ideas I have thought of after listening to everyone speak. I hope everyone has a good night. And again, thank you, Christelle, for the presentation.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Jerome.
Awesome.
Great response. Yeah.
Good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
And I
want to.
think this
Uh,
idea of positive self-image is like the psycho cybernetic that you read.
Mhm.
That's the same idea. Mhm.
yeah, I just want
All
to
right, go ahead,
answer
everyone.
answer Tata Colom saying that she was saying if you are saying those things is here is not only saying trying to correct or catch or reframe your negative thoughts as well, because it's not that everything
Mm-hmm.
that we are thinking that we will talk out. So your thought as
Yeah.
well, you want to go somewhere and you like, let's bring it back to our culture, our Benin culture, where you have people in your family who say, "Oh, you are going to exam. Oh, take this and go and write." Or they might give you a pen, say that, "Oh, this pen is a powerful pen." Blah blah blah. If you start believing that it will work, it will work. But at the same time, if you think that it's not going to work, it will not going to work. So it's not that we are talking it out, but our mind as well is here, and the expectation is everywhere. Oh, I'm going out. I don't normally meet boy. I normally meet girl. And as soon as you meet girl, at that moment you start expecting that it will be good where you are going. So that is not the fact that you are meeting that girl, but it's the fact that you are expecting that it will be good, that it will
13.
happen. So it's a little bit complex. That's why I was using the catch 22. It's the beginning condition the outcome, but the outcome as well condition the beginning. So it's a powerful book. I do like it. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
like it
Yeah.
too.
Thank you very much. Yes, it's left with Beyond I, who's going first.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Do you want me
Yes,
to go and you wrap it up, or you will go first?
All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay, first, I want to thank Christelle for the presentation. And what I learned from the book is, okay, I'll be honest, I didn't read much of the book.
it's okay. But what you learn from what Chriselle say?
Hmm.
Okay. We said, Dion, look like we got to get out of the room and come
Yeah.
down to the living room.
Okay. Yeah, Charlie, you can take over, and then we need to do some work, homework
Yeah,
internally.
we gotta
Okay.
get out of the room.
Well, okay. Thank you. Anyway, let me set my time. Well, uh, I also couldn't finish the book again this time. I started late, but thank you so much, Christelle, for your presentation. It's been well summarized and then well presented. And the whole book, I tried to summarize it myself today into 15 pages to see how much information it would give me. And I got a lot. But before I got started, I was mentioning almost everything that I noted down have been said already, and we set the expectation. The expectation is different from just the thought. Thinking about it is one thing. Expecting it is the other. And I'm glad Frey Arun emphasized on it. That is really good. Now, beside that, Shirel was also saying your environment matters so much. Watching publicity, swallowing or listening to things, for example, even if you think, oh, it doesn't matter, and so on, but by hearing it alone also have effect on you. So surrounding yourself with the right people, staying in the right environment also matters a lot. And then the key thing that, or the area of the book that affected me the most is about the sleeping. Being in good mood set almost everything. And the Bronson emphasized a lot about the effect of sleep on our mood, thereby anything else. And getting to the end, he said the best way we could do this, and knowing that we remain within the frame, the positive frame, range that we want, is to have someone else observe and advise. So we should have others look at us, because sometimes we could easily be biased. We are who we are from the start till where we are today. So even if we want to have this kind of behavior, we want to have this kind of expectations, and we want to follow this or go in any direction, we better try to find an observer outside ourselves to observe us often and guide us. That will help a lot. And also follow the right people, listen to the right thing, and then it keep reframing us all the time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
No
Charlie.
thank
problem.
you. Thank you.
Charlie is improving
Yeah.
by
If
by
you,
by sticking to time.
Thank you.
Good
yeah,
job. Good job.
Charlie, improve. 1 minute to.
Fatu didn't make.
Pardon?
No, Charlie is
Fatu didn't make
Fatu
it
is not
today.
on. No.
Okay.
So, if you
Yeah,
allow me, give me
we
one
still
minute
have
to
7 minutes. So
a little bit. Yeah. So, I just want to talk about the power of your mind,
mhm,
right? Because it's not all of the things that we say out. Sometimes we are talking to ourselves, and that's what we need to control, right? To
Yeah.
tell ourselves the good thing. And if we are like off track, to kick back, right? To kick back to the right side. I have a friend of mine here. When I was working at Walmart, we still have phone number, but we don't talk quite often. But that person is a little bit older than me. And it's a lady. When she was, I think, 18 or 17, they found that she have a cancer. She had cancer. I don't remember what type, but she's gonna die in 6 months here in Houston. And she told the doctor she's not going to die from cancer, and she's not going to die. And the doctor said there is nothing to do. She just need to be prepared that it's gonna happen because she already started the metastasize.
mm,
Like it was already stage
Metastasize.
metastasize,
mm,
Metastasize.
Mr.
metastasize. So it was stage 5 or stage 4 already. There is no way she will survive, right? And she was back between Houston and Louisiana back then. And she said she's not going to die. That's what she did. The doctor said, okay, we'll see what happens if you don't prepare. It's gonna happen. There is no way you. And then 3 months, and then she has a lot of pain. 4 month, 5 month, a lot of pain. 6 months, just pain. And then 6 months, she didn't die. And 7, and they say, okay, you won't last. But long story short, she didn't die. She's still alive today. She's more than 54, 55 years old. But she still have the stage 4 or 5 cancer.
Mm.
And they could not explain medically. But in her mind, that thing is there that cancer cannot kill her. And she's in Houston here. And when they have like difficult situation at the hospital and they want people, because the doctor cannot help, but when they have people who are sick, they will call her in to explain what happened, her situation. When people are desperate, they say, you can survive, but it's only depend on you. It doesn't depend on the doctor, on the medical procedure. It's only yourself, your mind, your belief, or how you can uh, take that your body will fight. There is something there that they don't know that she's using, and she's still alive today. She happened all her life. She believed her dad was a French, a black French from the island. But when her dad passed away, they found that the dad was a Nigerian guy, and the mom is French, but her dad is. But just off track a little bit. But the main history that I would like you to remember is we all here we have a power above what we can imagine. We just need to harness and control our thought. Whatever, when people talk to you to say you cannot or you can't, whatever, just put it aside. Don't take in, don't believe it. If you don't believe it, it won't become your
your reality.
reality. And that's what I like to. He's a friend of mine. I'll try to reach her. She's not rich, but she survived the cancer thing because all the time she's sick, something is wrong. So, she just work at Walmart as a regular person. But as soon as she get paid, she'll buy food for everyone with the little pay that she got. She will cook and bring it to work and ask everyone to eat. And that's her life. I used to give her a ride to Greens Point when we finish work. So we have the tool. We just need to exercise. That's the information from Christelle tonight.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for sharing
Thank
that
you
with
so
us.
much. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wait,
Awesome story.
I have one more thing. I have one thing to say. I have my
Yes.
coffee here now.
Awesome.
Well, this book taught me some things about myself. I didn't expect much of anything special for myself and received nothing in return. And this book highlights that.
Okay.
So
That
what are you
So,
going to do now? You're gonna
so
change your
what
mind or
conclusion?
So, Beyond, what conclusion you have? Because if you didn't expect that much from yourself, you're on the president list at the Lone Star College, and
Right?
you have GPA above what 3.5 or something at the
Yeah.
college. So,
You are honor student. How
so,
are you not expecting
so
a
if you
lot
expect,
from yourself?
it look like you're gonna do more and better, right? Because you're on the president, you are Phi Theta Kappa.
Mm-hmm.
hmm,
Yeah.
Maybe you don't know that.
You are
maybe I
Phi
haven't
Theta Kappa,
fully
you
realized that.
student list, and
Hmm?
you got, huh?
Maybe I haven't fully realized that.
Okay.
You just need to change your mindset. That's it. Because you are doing great, but you just have to change your mindset and say you are doing great. Remember, you got 94 for your AP statistics, right?
Right.
And that's
I took statistic class. I never got that. So
Hmm.
you are doing great. You are doing better than I did, right?
hmm
so I know it's almost time. And when you finish, we finish. Come down. I'll give you some of the Phi Theta Kappa paper, and you might stick on the wall in your room, and you can look at them to see your achievement. So it will take you to the next level. Thank you,
hmm
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you for saying that.
Yes, good job, Beyond.
hmm
Continue the good
Yeah.
work. Okay.
And if I would like you to steal something from the book, look for an observer. You see that your mom, your dad, they were able to see so many things that you were doing, so many great aspects of yourself that you were not even aware of. So the most important thing, sometimes we are not aware of what we are capable of. At the same time, we are not aware of our weaknesses, especially the weak mind that we are putting on ourselves. So if you allow intentionally, the book said that you have to be intentional by asking for that external help. If you open up and expect that one outside to look into how I'm doing, look at my certain key things that I have, certain strength that I have that I'm not even aware of, and draw my attention on. I was so happy when your dad cites a Brown. Everyone was saying he was the down twin, until the teacher told him that no, I'm sorry, you are not. You are a capable person. You are able, you can do it. So allow external observers to observe you and see features, key, strength in you and draw your attention onto. But once you are you are aware of it, capitalize on it. Don't even wait, don't think, just expect to have that result from yourself, and you will see how it is going to be. Brown, Les Brown is a very good example, and your dad cited him. So this is a very powerful book. If we allow other people to observe us and allow them to advise us, we have to take it in and get it to work. It made me laugh
but
when
but
Chriselle
but
said,
but
"Yeah,
allow others observers is
mhm,
like a double-edged how knife,
So
double-edged knife,
no,
because
okay,
at the same time, if they don't know the power of positive mind or of expectation effort, they might endure you, they might tell you things that, oh, you will never achieve, oh, you are less than nothing, you are this. Those people, you have to avoid them.
Yeah,
Keep
also
trying to
that
get
is more than
Yeah.
okay.
obvious. Yeah,
Okay.
that is more than obvious." Uh, and listen to the example that Chriselle gave. Even when you are given a placebo, that you are told that this is just sugar, but for the fact that the intention was to share this tablet that is supposed to cure this disease, Even those who are aware that what they are getting is just a pure sugar pill, they 51% improve on their condition. So yes, we are going for the positive mindset, and of course, you have to weed out any other thing, even those who will try to put you down. You have to kick them out of your life, and then the intentionality that the guy talk about have to play in almost everything that you do. You have to be intentional in whatever you take in. Definitely.
Thank you all. Thank you. Great.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's a wonderful book. Yeah.
Hey, just to know, Fatu is not around tonight.
No, she's not around.
Okay.
So the next book, if we want to talk about, or Steve has something else to add.
No, no,
Oh,
no, no. I was just wondering because Fatu, yeah.
Okay. So the next book is what?
Build to sell.
Let's see.
I thought Charlie was talking about it.
Didn't hear.
Charlie is mute, or
oh,
we lost him?
uh,
Oh, okay. Charlie
yeah,
is
I'm
there.
here.
No. But you said the next book, and we
Oh
didn't.
yeah, I said that. Oh, I when Steve spoke, I stopped. Yeah, I was saying that the next book that we are reading, I know that I'm the one presenting. I don't know who is moderating, and then I will look forward to hearing from Holy K about what book we are reading, and then what what we
Okay.
should
Yeah.
expect.
So, so next week is Charlie, Build to Sell, Creating a Business That Can Thrive Without You by John Warrilow. The following week is Josh. So I'm gonna check with Josh. They came back today.
Yeah, today.
So I'm gonna check with him if he will be available attending next week or not. If he's not up, okay. So I will let you know by Wednesday about. So the book after Charlie is Meditation by Marcus Aurelius.
That's George presenting.
Yeah, the week on the month May 12th, but May 5th, Cinco de Mayo is Charlie.
Okay.
And after Charlie is Shuel.
Yeah, if Josh is not available. Okay.
The after
Awesome.
Josh, I mean, is a Shuel.
Yeah.
And it says, Before You Quit Your Job.
Yeah, by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay. So that's what we have on the schedule.
Okay. Thank you very
Charlie
much,
gonna close
everybody.
it, right?
Yeah.
So if there is nothing
further comments?
additional, no comment.
Yeah.
I think we're all
Yeah,
good.
move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good night.
night.
Yeah.
Good night,
night.
everyone. Thank you for all your
you.
input.
Yeah.
Wonderful book. Thank
So
you.
you send us the file.
Sure,
Yeah.
I'll do that right away. Thank you.
Yeah.